back again from the starting grid where everything's ready for the sprint race. The points at stake are half those of tomorrow's race, but everyone will do their best to take as many as possible. In a few moments, the mechanics will leave the track, leaving behind the riders with their bikes fully concentrated before the start.
Here's the grid then for the sprint. It's Pecco Bagnaia on pole from Marc Marquez and Luca Marini. Jack Miller lines up in P4 ahead of Jorge Martin. It's Pecco Bagnaia on pole from Marc Marquez and Luca Marini. Jack Miller lines up in P4 ahead of Jorge Martin and Maverick Vinales, the first of the Aprilia.
The beast is ready to break away. The rest of the grid will try to stop him. Who will win this race?
We've got the green flag cleared at the back. We are ready to start the sprint action for the first time here in Le Mans. Pecco Bagnaia got a superb launch from that pole position. And look at Jack Miller flying already on the factory KTM. Marquez getting scored up here on the outside. He is of Jorge Martin, but Miller immediately up in the second place.
And Brad Binder also up a few places. He's in the middle of the pack there into turn one as Martin goes wide. He's going to take second place away from Miller. He's really bunching up to the Dunlop chicane. Bagnaia leads though. Quartararo on forward. He's still right behind in the middle of the pack.
Vinales just trying to be aggressive on the inside there. On the curbs he was going through the Dunlop chicane for the first time. No significant progress though. Marini, or is it Bezzecchi? Has a good leg. Marini leaning on Marc Marquez now. They attack into the museum corner. Marquez has the inside line. Not the start that the Repsol Honda man wanted. Second on the grid already, been pushed and barged back to fourth place.
Yeah, and then it's Marini and Marquez battling for fourth. Brad Binder is now sixth in this. He's just up behind Marini. Fabio Quartararo's sprint woes go on. He's down to 16th.
Vinales is in crazy hot in turn number 11. He was almost on the car park there. He's been picked up by Aleix Espargaro, and now Bezzecchi is going to lift him up as well into turn number 14. It's all going wrong early on here then for Maverick Vinales, who was 5 minutes away from his first pole position in nearly 2 long years. Bagnaia has the advantage at the front. Is Martin going to be close to attack him into the Dunlop chicane? No, not quite.
Well, so far in the sprint so far, we've had 2 interpeats for Bagnaia and Binder, but the other rider who's really excelled has been Jorge Martin. Of course, he was on the podium, led onto the final lap of the very first sprint. It's very much shades of the Portimao sprint, isn't it, early on in this one, because we've got Bagnaia, Martin, Miller and Marquez, who are firmly at the front in Portimao. They're in our leading group. It's a leading group of 6 at the moment, with Marini and Binder just at the tail of this group.
Big winner on the first lap.
Oh,
Binder! And that's Miller.
Yes,
that's Miller who's gone now. I was just about to say, Brad Binder was one of the big winners on the first lap, but it's his teammate Jack Miller who has succumbed in that tricky braking zone. Maybe a lack of temperature in that tyre as Binder fights his way through aggressively, as he so often does. But he picked up Marini. No way there that Marini could turn into garage there. So Jack Miller's sprint victory hopes, they have disappeared in a cloud of dust. Turn 7, lap 2.
Binder set the fastest lap of this sprint so far in the previous lap. Last time around, he was once again faster than the 3 riders. Straight through on Marquez. Marquez is going to break it out around the outside, though.
Yeah, those two toughed it out. There goes Martin. This time round, he was close enough. He'll just slam the door shut. Right, he'll drop that Prima Pramac Ducati right in front of Pecco Bagnaia. Can Bagnaia retaliate coming down the hill into La Chapelle? No, he can't. Brilliant action there then between Marquez and Binder. Look at this, what a hot lap this has been, lap 4 for Jorge Martin. He has properly got the hammer down, hasn't he? We'll check the advantage he has over the line, and he took the lead at the start of lap 4 from Bagnaia, the poleman. A 1:31.714 from Jorge Martin. Absolutely awesome. He was a full second quicker than Bagnaia in second place. Astonishing.
It was a slow lap from Bagnaia more than anything, rather than a fast one. Here comes Marc Marquez then. Bagnaia struggling. He's trying to hold it out. He's doing the Marquez trick of holding out on the outside, and Binder now comes through.
3 abreast on the exit of the Dunlop chicane. How close do you want it in the sprint here in France? The crowd are on their feet. They're going wild. Marquez runs wide, dropping down through La Chapelle. Binder then comes out of the right side of all that melee into the Dunlop chicane. He is now in second place. This is playing right into the hands of Martin at the front of this sprint, isn't it? Because he's out of bother, he's out of trouble. He can just run his line, run his rhythm and streak away at the front. Binder would rocket up one place to second in the standings, but that could change because Marc Marquez so close. How close is that between Marquez and Bagnaia, the top two men on the grid as they come through, record them on to tick off lap 5.
It was a crucial break, wasn't it, made by Martin on the lap. He was able to get the lead and then pull out a bit of an advantage over Bagnaia. Is he going to fall prey again into the Dunlop chicane? It's Marquez this time who goes through and forces Bagnaia wide.
Yeah, nothing that Bagnaia could do about that, was there, at all? Jorge Martin on right was nearly 1.5 seconds clear of Binder. He did a 1:31.5, 4/10 quicker than the South African. Again, 1.2 seconds faster than Bagnaia. What is going on here with the world champion, the poleman? He's been picked off now by Marini. He's dropping back into clutches now. The latest Spargo, Marco Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez and co.
Second lap in a row, he's done a 1:32.7. Marquez goes wide and has to come back in front of Luca Marini. Yellow flags out in sector 2. It's no one in this leading group. Bagnaia, to his credit, coming back at Marini, but he's fighting a rear guard action, and we're not even at half distance yet.
Marini's been able to do nothing about Marquez and Bagnaia directly ahead of him. Bagnaia now is going to try and use a bit of slipstream here behind Marquez, and he may be too close.
No cue.
Quartararo
down.
Oh, well, it's been another Quartararo catastrophe, hasn't it here? Fabio Quartararo then was on course for a rare points finish in the sprint. Quartararo dumps it out of 8th place. Here comes Marini attacking on the Dunlop chicane. He gets up the inside of Marc Marquez. A late burst of speed here coming then from the man who started this sprint on the front row in 3rd.
Marquez fading in these closing stages of the sprint. He did a 1:32.4 last time around. Bagnaia, who did his personal best, was 0.8 of a second quicker. Marquez was slower than every rider behind him, all the way back to Alex Rins, who's running in 11th place. Marquez could be in danger of slipping out of the top 6 in these final 3 hours.
He's gone wide. Zarco, well, twice the shoulder cam has jinxed the French boys, hasn't it? We jumped on board the shoulder cam with Fabio Quartararo. Milliseconds later, he dumps it in the Shimano Besses, and then we do the same with Zarco on the last lap as he's trying to hunt down Marquez and Marini. And the second we cut to his shoulder cam, he's wide at La Chapelle.
He just got the gap down to under 0.3 of a second to Marquez. It was still probably going to take something quite brave from Zarco to make a move from there, particularly how late Marc Marquez is currently braking, but that certainly put an end to it. He did hold on to 6th place though, so Zarco, the damage was only in time, not in position.
This is the battle for 4th place. How do you picture though? Jorge Martin has been in cruise control. He bided his time behind Pecco Bagnaia, the poleman and world champion at the start of this sprint. But for the first time in 2023, for the first time in the sprint era, Jorge Martin